Hi Taurus, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your number reading. Jeez. So I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to keep shuffling them for a few. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of this reading. Taurus, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it does not resonate, it probably is not your reading. And I would check your moon sign, which is your private and emotional self. Empress can be Taurus. All right, let's take a look here. I have the Ace of Wands in your highest energy. This is fresh starts and new beginnings, blossoming, blooming. Yeah, something good is going on here. Let's read on. Let's find out why there is a fresh start and a new beginning, and it's just growing. I have the Hanged Man up in your highest energy. This Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands, are the two highest energy cards in your whole reading. The Hanged Man is a card of enlightenment. See how the head is all lit up? So I like to look around the Hanged Man and see what they're trying to enlighten you about. For one thing, it's right next to the sun. There's joy coming in. This is all about fresh starts, new beginnings, and lots of joy and love right above the Ace of Wands. Wow. So if you're feeling worn out right now and at your wit's end, things are changing. You are heading toward a beautiful, fresh start in your life. And see how you're holding on to that wand? That is a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings. But I feel like you've been drugged through the mud and you're like at your wit's end about this ever happening. I see it happening. It's happening. It's going to, so don't give up, okay? I have the Eight of Swords under the Hanged Man. They want to enlighten you about this feeling. That's what this card is about. It's just a feeling. It's not reality, so to speak. The feeling is reality. It's an illusion. You feel bound. You feel bound by something. You're blindfolded, so like you can't see all these swords all around you of truth and clarity. And your arms are bound, but your feet aren't bound. Your mouth is not bound. You can ask for help. You can walk out of that situation. So what the universe is saying here is you might feel trapped, like you don't know what the truth is, but you can find it out. It's not hidden forever. It's there. It's all around you. So look around you. There's a lot of truth around you I don't think you've noticed or seen. So next to the Eight of Swords is that Ace of Wands, the fresh start and new beginning, and it has to do with seeing those swords, all that truth and clarity that's all around you. On the other side, the Ace of Wands is the Empress. This can be a card for Libra or Taurus. This is, if you're a parent, you're an excellent parent. Sometimes it can signify pregnancy, but you are very kind, thoughtful, considerate, loving, generous, and on and on and on. You have so many beautiful qualities about you, about just being a person. That more people should have these qualities. They don't, but more should. So whoever you move forward with, I think they're going to have a lot of those same qualities, or this wouldn't be such a joyous, fresh, new start for you. So you're feeling worn out, but it's going to happen. I have the King of Cups under the Eight of Swords. This is water. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. I kind of feel like what you're worn out from is maybe they're pretty stubborn on handing out that cup of love. They do have a big cup, see it? But are they actually sharing it with you? I don't know, because the King of Cups has a way of holding it close. And they're not easy people. They don't just spread their love around. I mean, they are very particular when they hand out that cup of love. I feel like you're getting kind of worn out about moving forward with this person because they're really reserved on handing out that cup of love. It's been painful. I feel like your heart is kind of like feeling hurt over this. These are tears because I think you really do want to move forward with this person, that you really actually have love and hope on moving forward with this person. The two of you would make a nice couple. These are all male or female. So I feel like you've been stuck in this kind of like going nowhere relationship, and that's why you're feeling all worn out with the Nine of Wands here. So Pentacles just weighing you down rather than helping you move forward. You need Pentacles. You need to feel secure. You need to feel loved. But it's coming. I can see it's coming. I need to know how. And also, any advice for you, Taurus, would be wonderful. Make sure they have a lot of the same qualities as you, because if they don't, then it won't work out anyway. There's the Queen of Cups. Got the Queen and King now. And the Emperor. Next to the Empress. Oh gosh, I think you're twin flames. Okay, let's keep reading. We've got the Queen of Cups up here. You're trying to evaluate your love. You have questions about their love. The Queen of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Okay, that might be in your chart or around this reading. This is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it. There's little windows all the way around that cup. And what the Queen is trying to do here is peer into those little windows, because the Queen has questions about love, and that cup is full of answers. So you're really trying to figure this out. You're very confused. You're confused about the Pentacles. You're confused on whether this relationship can ever be solid, secure, stable. You have your highs and lows over this relationship. It's like you have hope one day, and then your hope is dashed the next day, and it goes back and forth like a roller coaster ride in your head. So, and it's all about, like, where is this relationship going? You have spent time alone, seeking advice from the universe. Actually, you like soul searching. It's a very healing card with this Four of Swords. Swords are truth and clarity. So you're seeking the truth and the clarity about this relationship because you want to get out of your head over here. You need to know. And you're seeking guidance. I think you're going to get your guidance because I see beautiful things happening for you. I have the Emperor under the Queen of Cups and next to the Empress. This is a twin flame relationship, okay? Not going to be easy. The Emperor now does have a lot of the same qualities as the Empress, but they have some other qualities. And these other qualities, let me point out, whether they're in Aries or not, this is a card for Aries, is they're stubborn. They are like fixed-minded. Once they make up their mind, they usually, it's very hard to change their mind. It's very difficult for them to see things from another person's point of view. They're rigid, they're grounded, they're solid, secure. They might be a leader in their profession or involved in the court system somehow with their employment, but they're very well liked and respected by others. Now, the two of you could, twin flame relationships, they're difficult. And there's usually a lot of ups and downs in a twin flame relationship before it finally smooths out. And that is if the relationship lasts long enough for it to smooth out. Okay? So, twin flames, you are soulmates, but it's like you're cut from the same cloth. And that's what makes it more difficult to have a relationship. But if it does work out, then it works out beautifully in the end. Okay? And I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen here with these two cards over here. I have the Hierophant next to the Emperor. This is the card for Taurus. So Taurus might be strong in your chart, his chart, or their chart, or around this reading. The Hierophant here is about traditional values and traditional morals. Now, being right next to the Emperor, they are very traditional. They really might be part of the court system too, with this somehow involved, like a probation officer or something. But anyway, the Hierophant is about security, stability. It's about marriage. It's very spiritual about marriage. I do feel like it's on their mind about moving forward, but they haven't stepped up to the plate as of yet. Because you guys, you're going through a period of all these ups and downs, and I don't think you're the only one who's feeling it. I think they are too. So that's like, this is out there. I think it's on their mind. But as far as handing out that cup of love, that would be asking you to marry them, okay? Or move in together, or move the relationship to a higher level. I have the Five of Wands next to the Hierophant. And this is under, you taking time to soul search and heal and reach out to the universe for truth and clarity. You're actually like praying or meditating for things to smooth out and get better. They're going to. But you're up in your head. I mean, this is confusion, stress, anxiety, because you're very confused about where this relationship is headed, if it's headed anywhere at all. Okay? I have the Two of Swords under the Emperor, and next to this, Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been in this relationship for a while. It hasn't really, you feel stagnant in this relationship, and you need it to move forward because you're losing faith that this is actually going to end up in a long-term relationship. But you've been kind of like guarding your heart. Got broken anyway. You still had some tears here. It hurts anyway. But if you were to bring up this subject, these are swords of truth and clarity, and you have a blindfold on, I feel like you've been avoiding the conversation about what's going on here. Where are we headed? What do you expect from me? How do you see us in the future? Just things like that. I feel like you've been avoiding that conversation so that you could try to keep as balanced as possible. This is the Justice card. This is the card for Libra. You do have your swords up. We know that. Self-protection. But you're protecting your heart here. Here you're protecting your full self. Here you are balancing your scales. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to become balanced. This is getting to be too much. And so you're kind of starting to take a stand for yourself. You know what you want, okay? And it just doesn't feel like it's getting there. I have the Queen of Swords next to the Justice card, and under all this stress, anxiety, and confusion. The Queen of Swords is air. That'd be Libra. We've got 2 for Libra. Gemini or Aquarius. Well, 3 actually for Libra if I count the Empress. So this is all about seeking the truth and speaking your truth. This is a conversation, and it's honest and it's clear. And so this is what I think you're going to do in order to protect yourself. You're getting like coming out of this Two of Swords, and now you're starting to want to deal with it. And I feel like by dealing with it and getting everything out in the open and asking the questions that you need to ask and getting the truth that you need to hear is going to help you move into this fresh start, new beginning with lots of joy and love. So let me take out one more card. I feel like this is advice. Don't stay in this energy here. This Five of Wands and the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the confusion, feeling worn out from this. You need to talk about it. You need to get out there. Don't block talking about it. Oh, God. Look at the card I pulled out. The Four of Wands. They are a divine soulmate, okay? The Empress and the Emperor, you guys, you've been soulmates in another life, but you're divine. It's like twin flames. It's maybe you're together every lifetime in one way or another. This is heaven, but this is union between 2 people. There's a lot of joy and happiness associated with this card. This is a card of marriage, and it goes right here. And so you're worn out, whether you're ever going to end up with the Hierophant. He thinks about it. I see it happening. I think the love is there. I think he just has to get up the courage. Like, I'm surprised that the Leo or the strength card isn't here, because it feels like he's just hesitating because he wants to make darn sure this is the right route. He doesn't want to get caught up in a bad relationship. But the two of you are meant, I mean, like I say, you're cut from the same cloth. And I think that you will end up married. There will be a fresh start, new beginning, but not until after this honest and truthful communication back and forth takes place. This is your key right here. Wow. Oh gosh. So, like with the Hierophant, this is Taurus right here. This is your card right in the center of this reading. So you have 2 for Taurus. You have beautiful qualities. They have a lot of those same qualities, but plus some others. So, Taurus, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.